Dan Karcher back here in New Orleans, and today, part 2 of my conversation with Sky Sox right-hander David Goforth. In part 1 yesterday, I talked to David about being selected to the Pacific Coast League All Star team and what it was like making his Major League debut a few weeks ago with the Brewers. In part 2 today, I pick up on that theme, and I asked David, despite having a small sample size, what he perceived as being the biggest difference between pitching down here at TripleA and facing Major League hitters for the first time.
I don't think there's that much difference. It's still baseball. Obviously, the guys in the big leagues have done it longer. They're more consistent in what they do. So there's probably more guys, obviously, that are more consistent and more, knowledgeable about what they're doing at the plate. But as far as a talent-wise, and a big difference in, what I need to do here in AAA as opposed to what I need to do in the big leagues, there's no difference. I don't need to do anything more in the big leagues than what I'm doing here to be able to get guys out. So I don't think, obviously there is a difference. It is the big leagues. There's guys that are obviously, your superstar players in the big leagues that are really, really good and just tough to get out. But as a whole, there's not much difference, I wouldn't say.
How much of a challenge is it for guys going up for the first time? Because you hear it all the time, guys trying to do a little bit more than they did down here at the major league level because they're on that big stage. Is that something you have to consciously be aware of?
That's just I think it's something you need to be aware of, because I think that's how some guys get in trouble. They have success here, and they get to the big leagues and like, oh man, I got to do more. I got to do something else. I got to, make this pitch better. No, you don't. And you just need to do what you do well and do it consistent. And if you can pitch here, you can get guys out here. You can pitch in the big leagues and you can get guys out in the big leagues. I mean, it's just you don't have to change your approach or change what you're doing. You may need a little bit more information about some guys. Like I said, there's some of those big, superstar guys out there. You look at like a Miguel Cabrera or something. You probably need more information about where not to throw him and how you can get him out. But you don't need to make what you do doesn't have to be any better. You just have to be more consistent and more precise with it, and make quality pitches, make the pitches that you know how to make, and that's all it is.
Now you got called up a second time, but didn't get a chance to pitch. But what was the Brewers' message when they sent you back down?
Pretty much just obviously I was up there to help the bullpen out. The bullpen had been used a lot lately, and they were just getting the roster back to normal because we were playing with a short bench at that time. And, pretty much just, hey, come down here, keep throwing well. You're on our radar, and, just be ready for another opportunity. I pretty much just said I'm kind of that guy right now that's, bouncing back and forth. If they need help, they'll be looking to, call me up there to help out.
Team is in here in New Orleans right now, and that's not too far away from your hometown there in Philadelphia, Mississippi. How many family and friends have made their way out to watch you here?
Well, I've got my girlfriend's here and our little boy. They've made probably 2 or 3 trips. They've made a couple trips to Colorado Springs, so it's nice that they're here. And then her mom and sister came with them as well. So it's nice to be playing close to home that way. Especially I get to see my little boy and they get to come spend some time with me over the weekend.
How many people do a double take when you tell them you're from Philadelphia, Mississippi, as opposed to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania?
In college, that's funny. In college at Ole Miss, I told them everybody would ask where I was from, and the first thing I would start out with would be Philadelphia, and Pennsylvania. No, in Philadelphia, Mississippi, and they were like, I was wondering where the accent was coming from. But yeah, I mean, I've heard that a few times, but Philadelphia, Mississippi, just a real small town, compared to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So.
Well, hopefully you'll be making a lot of appearances in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania during the course of your Major League career. Anyway, congratulations once again on being selected to the TripleA All Star team and also on the Major League debut there with the Brewers, and thanks for the time as always.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That is David Goforth, Sky Sox right-hander. More to come from New Orleans right after this.